Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Going to be giving you my predicted 11 for Manchester United's game against Manchester City at the Etihad Stadium. So yeah, I'm going to go with the 4-2-3-1 formation. In goal, David De Gea. David De Gea was in goal in the 0-0 draw against Watford. He had nothing to do in that game, but his distribution was poor. De Gea has been sensational this season. He's now back to his best. Prior to the game against Atletico Madrid, De Gea said, "I don't see myself away from Manchester United." Don't forget, De Gea got named the Premier League's Player of the Month for January. He's won everything domestically at the football club. This season has been his 11th season at Manchester United, so reflecting on that, he's been a long servant. He's been with us since the Sir Alex Ferguson era. His contract at Manchester United expires next year. De Gea receives £375,000 a week, so reflecting on that, he's the second highest earner at the club. He has made over 500 appearances for Man United in all competitions. At right back, I'm going to go with Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Bissaka has played the last few games. He's not our first choice right back under Rangnick. Diego Dalot is. But revert back to Bissaka, to be fair, he's done well in his last few games. Defensively, Bissaka's good, but the attacking side of his game is not good. This season has been his third full season at Manchester United. Manchester United got Bissaka for £50 million. We got him for Crystal Palace back in 2019. The two centre-backs, I'm going to go with Raphael Varane and Harry Maguire. Most of the time when Varane plays, he seems to make the difference. Well, Varane is regarded as one of the best centre-halves in the world. He's highly experienced and he's got a good pedigree behind him. Look at the amount of silverware he won when he was at Real Madrid. Earlier on this season, Varane had illness. He had stomach pains. He's endured a couple of injuries since he signed for the club. Manchester United signed Varane from Real Madrid last summer, paid £34 million up front, rises up to 41 or 42 million with add-ons. He's under contract with Man United until 2025. There's an option of a further year. And Harry Maguire, he missed the game against Watford. You know, he got dropped. What? For an hammer?
Yeah, see if he's got one.
Alright.
Sophie hasn't got that job.
Hasn't she?
Nah.
I thought you said she's got it.
Nah, they'll give it to a Chinese woman.
Have they? Have they?
Just tell me.
Have they?
A Chinese woman went for interview, she's got it.
I don't want to know.
What it was, Chinese, slanted eyes. And
I don't want to know.
what it was, there were two jobs, but both went, I got it mixed up.
Yeah.
They offered Sophie an afternoon one, but she can't do it because it won't pay off for her. She won't be any better off.
Yeah.
The other job, what they thought was Sophie's,
Yeah.
Bev went, they've given it to that Chinese woman.
Alright.
Bev, I don't want to know.
Is it alright, fair enough? I don't want to know.
I mean? Foreign again.
I don't want to know. What?
Foreign again.
I don't want to know.
Foreign again. She got a job centre with Chinese
I know. Sorry about that, I was just talking. But yeah, revert back to Harry Maguire. Maguire's not good enough to represent the club, and Man United could look to sell him in the summer. Harry Maguire is Manchester United's captain. Well, Rangnick said the other week that Maguire will remain Manchester United's captain until the end of the season. Earlier on this season, there was a lot of Manchester United fans demanding for the captaincy to be taken off Harry Maguire. Manchester United paid £80 million for Maguire, so he's the most expensive centre-half in the world at the moment and the second most expensive signing at the club behind Pogba. Left back, I'm going to go with Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw's had his good games this season, but on the other side of things he's had a lot of poor games as well. Luke Shaw was far superior last season to how he has been so far this season. Luke Shaw's had some injuries this season. He is injury prone, which is a concern. Shaw's a great left back overall. Shaw's been at Manchester United for around 8 years, so reflecting on that, he's been a long-serving player. He's got under 2 years left on his contract. Now, the two centre midfielders, I'm going to go with Paul Pogba and Scott McTominay. Pogba hasn't done that well in his last couple of games. He weren't great in the 0-0 draw against Watford. I do recall him having a good chance in that game. And he was poor against Atletico Madrid in the Champions League. But apart from that, he's done well in all his other games since he recovered from injury. Pogba is injury prone because he has endured quite a few injuries since he re-signed for the club. This season has been Pogba's 6th season at Manchester United since he re-signed. He's won 3 trophies at the club so far. He's played over 200 games since he re-signed. Manchester United paid £89 million for Paul Pogba, so reflecting on that, he's our most expensive signing at the moment. He said earlier on this season that Pogba is open to Premier League offers if he leaves Manchester United this summer. He's out of contract in the summer. Revert back to earlier on this season, it said Pogba would be open to staying at Manchester United beyond the end of his contract. Pogba has a good relationship with Rangnick. Scott McTominay, he's now back from illness. Obviously McTominay missed the 0-0 draw against Watford. McTominay is not good enough to represent the club. And I said earlier on this season that McTominay was one of our best performers under Rangnick. He has had his good games under Rangnick. McTominay has been part of the club for a long time. You know, he came up our academy and that. Revert back to 2020. He signed a 5-year contract with Manchester United. The attacking midfielder, I'm going to go with Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes played in the 0-0 draw against Watford. He had some good chances in that game. There was one chance when he was 1-on-1 with Ben Foster. Fernandes obviously got an assist for the Elanga goal against Atletico Madrid. Fernandes is one of our best players and he's certainly one of the best signings we've made since Ferguson retired. Fernandes has been a Manchester United player for 2 years. Manchester United got him from Sporting Lisbon back in January 2020. Earlier on this season, don't forget Fernandes rejected a contract offer at Man United. Bruno Fernandes' contract talks are postponed until the summer, having turned down an offer last year. Fernandes only receives £100,000 a week at the moment. He's under contract with Man United until 2025. There's an option of a further year. On the left wing, I'm going to go with Jadon Sancho. Sancho has improved, but Sancho still done nowhere near as well as a lot of Manchester United fans expected. Not every player though settles in straight away. Revert back to when we had Solskjaer, we couldn't get the best out of Sancho because Solskjaer persistently played him out of position, and there was quite a few games Sancho didn't even play in under Solskjaer. Manchester United signed Sancho from Dortmund last summer, got him in a deal worth £78 million with add-ons included. Manchester United paid £73 million up front. Sancho's under contract with Man United until June 2026. There's an option of a further year. He did endure 4 good years at Borussia Dortmund before he signed for Man United. On the right wing, I'm going to go with Anthony Elanga. Elanga did play in the 0-0 draw against Watford. He did have a good chance in that game from close range, but he put it wide. Elanga came off the bench and scored a late equaliser against Atletico Madrid. Elanga also scored in the game against Leeds at Elland Road. Don't forget, Rangnick said that Anthony Elanga was close to leaving Manchester United. Revert back to earlier on this season, Elanga got racially abused on social media after he missed a decisive penalty against Middlesbrough in the Cup. Elanga has done really well since he broke into our first team. He's been part of the club for a long time. He risen up our academy. He joined Manchester United's academy at the age of 12. And now he's 19, so he's still very young. He's under contract with Man United until June 2026. There's an option of a further year. So yeah, Elanga on the right wing. And up top, I'm going to go with Cristiano Ronaldo. Rangnick has faith to start Ronaldo against Man City. Ronaldo, of course, played in the 0-0 draw against Watford. He had his chances in that game. Ronaldo did hit the post. He did score, but the goal got disallowed for offside. Ronaldo was anonymous against Atletico Madrid in the Champions League. I thought he was poor against Leeds at Elland Road. He missed a tap-in in the first half of that game. The last goal Ronaldo scored was in the 2-0 win against Brighton. Prior to the Brighton game, he didn't score in his last 6. Ronaldo's only scored 1 goal in his last 10 games. Rangnick's already said that he wants to replace Ronaldo with Osimhen. Rangnick has doubts about Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo will leave Manchester United in the summer, especially if they fail to finish in the top 4. Well, Man United have already said they'll allow Ronaldo to leave. Since Ronaldo re-signed for Man United, he's scored 15 goals in all competitions. He has over 800 goals in his career. Manchester United re-signed Ronaldo last summer for 20 million. With add-ons included, he wears a number 7 shirt, and Ronaldo's contract at Manchester United expires next year. There's an option of a further year. Ronaldo receives nearly £500,000 a week at Man United, so he's the highest earner at the moment. He's won over 30 trophies in his playing career, including 5 Ballon d'Ors. So that's how I think Manchester United could line up against Manchester City. this will be an extremely difficult game for Manchester United. You know, Manchester City have got a very good manager in Pep Guardiola. Pep Guardiola is regarded as one of the best managers in the world. He's won a lot of trophies in his managerial career so far. He's won a lot of trophies at Manchester City. You know, last season Manchester City won the Premier League. City have won 3 titles in the last 4 seasons. Last season they won the Carabao Cup. Prior to Liverpool winning this season, City won the Carabao Cup for the last 4 seasons in a row. Last season, Man City got to the Champions League final, but they did lose to Chelsea. The Champions League is the only trophy Manchester City have not yet won. A few years ago, Manchester City won the domestic treble. That was the season City finished on 100 points. Pep Guardiola has been the Manchester City manager for around 6 years. City appointed him in back in 2016. His contract at Man City expires next year. Don't forget, a lot of years ago, Guardiola and Marcelo Bielsa worked together. Bielsa taught Pep Guardiola, and Guardiola's been following Bielsa's philosophy at Man City. Before City, Guardiola managed Bayern Munich and Barcelona. Guardiola almost won the Champions League at Bayern Munich. He actually did win it though at Barcelona. Before Guardiola, Man City had Manuel Pellegrini. They won the Premier League under him, and before that they had Roberto Mancini. Man City won the title under Roberto Mancini. When they won it under him, it was the first time Man City had won the title for 44 years. And City also won the FA Cup under Mancini. Manchester City recently beat Peterborough 2-0 in the FA Cup. And City won their last league game against Everton 1-0, but they were lucky to win that game. Everton got robbed. You know, Everton should have had a penalty. Frank Lampard was carrying on about that. Manchester City are top of the Premier League at the moment by 6 points. Manchester City have got what? Who? Alright. Alright. As I was saying, Manchester City have got a very good squad. You know, look at who they've got. You know, they've got Phil Foden. He's a good young player. You know, he came up Manchester City's academy. I think Phil Foden got 2 assists against Peterborough. Raheem Sterling, he's good. He's been at Manchester City now for quite a few years. Manchester City got Raheem Sterling from Liverpool. Manchester City signed Julian Alvarez back in January. They got him from River Plate. But obviously Alvarez went back out on loan to River Plate until the end of the season. So Alvarez will officially be a Man City player at the end of the season. Gabriel Jesus, he's a very good striker. Riyad Mahrez, he's good. He's been at Manchester City for around 4 years. Manchester City got him from Leicester back in 2018. Bernardo Silva, he's good. Kevin De Bruyne, what a midfielder he is. Kevin De Bruyne is regarded as one of the best midfielders in the Premier League. City got De Bruyne from Wolfsburg. Fernandinho's still at City. You know, Fernandinho's in his 30s. Ilkay Gundogan, he's good. Cole Palmer, he's out with injury at the moment for City. Rodri, he's really improved, but Rodri did endure a bad start to his Manchester City career. Jack Grealish, I think, has been a very poor signing for Man City. You know, he's done nowhere near as well as a lot of Manchester City fans expected. I thought Grealish was far superior at Aston Villa than he has been at City. Jack Grealish is Man City's most expensive signing. Manchester City paid £100 million for him. Zinchenko, he doesn't really get in Man City's team. Joao Cancelo, what a left back he is. Kyle Walker, very good right back. Manchester City got Kyle Walker from Tottenham. They paid around £50 million. Been at City for a few years now as Walker. Man City have got good centre-backs as well. John Stones is a good centre-back. City got him from Everton. Laporte's a very good centre-back. John Stones and Laporte, when they play alongside each other, they complement each other well. Ruben Diaz, you know, he's a good centre-half. And they've got Nathan Ake, but Nathan Ake doesn't get in Man City's team much. City got Nathan Ake from Bournemouth. Manchester City's first choice goalkeeper is Edison, good keeper. They've got Zach Stephani's their second choice, he's out with injury at the moment. And their third choice goalkeeper is Scott Carson. So there you go. A lot of money has been invested into that Manchester City team. Well, Guardiola has spent over £1 billion in his managerial career, but more than half of that has been put on that Man City team. Let me put into the equation that Man City have lost players. They lost Ferran Torres in January to Barcelona. They lost Leroy Sané a few years ago. He went to Bayern Munich. Aguero left Man City at the end of last season. He went to Barcelona from City. They lost Eric Garcia. He went to Barcelona. Lost David Silva. He went to Real Sociedad. They lost Jack Harrison. He went to Leeds from City. They lost Vincent Kompany quite a few years ago. He went to become player manager at Anderlecht when he left City. They lost Otamendi. Otamendi was part of the deal of City getting Ruben Diaz. And they lost Joe Hart. So there you go. This fixture at the Etihad last season was 2-0 to Manchester United. City though did win at Old Trafford earlier on this season, 2-0. The only injury Manchester United have got is Edison Cavani. Now, on my last video, I gave you an update on Erik ten Hag. Erik ten Hag has agreed to take the Manchester United job. Erik ten Hag has been learning English. Erik ten Hag has told Ajax he wants to leave at the end of the season. Earlier on this season, Rangnick and Richard Arnold said they want Erik ten Hag to become Manchester United's next manager, and there's a lot of Manchester United fans that would like to see Erik ten Hag get recommended in. I think if Erik ten Hag became Manchester United's next manager, he would suit the strappings of the club and he would be capable of winning trophies. Ten Hag's not yet managed in the Premier League, so it would be good for him to come and experience the Premier League. He's done really well at Ajax though, as Erik ten Hag. He's developed the young players well. He's won a couple of Eredivisie titles with them. Revert back to 2019. He got Ajax to the Champions League semi-finals. So there you go. He's been the Ajax manager for around 5 years. Ajax appointed him in back in 2017. His contract at Ajax expires next year. Before Ajax, he managed Utrecht, before then managed Bayern Munich's reserves, and before then he managed Go Ahead Eagles. You know the news on Pochettino. PSG's director, Leonardo, said that Pochettino has not asked to leave PSG amid Manchester United's interest in the manager. It said not so long ago that Pochettino is the favourite to become Manchester United's next manager. Recently, Man United held talks with Pochettino. Well, revert back to the other week, Pochettino to Man United was in doubt because reports from Spain said that Pochettino rejected Man United as he was waiting for Real Madrid. Pochettino is expected to leave PSG at the end of the season. And there was narratives coming out about Carlo Ancelotti yesterday. I read it in Sky Sports. It said Carlo Ancelotti emerges as a candidate for Manchester United. Obviously, he's been recommended by Sir Alex Ferguson. But Real Madrid are more than happy with Carlo Ancelotti and they've got no plans to part ways with Ancelotti. So Ancelotti won't become Manchester United's next permanent manager. Ralf Rangnick has been ruled out becoming Manchester United's next boss. Rangnick said earlier on this season that he wants the permanent Man United job. Rangnick has been Manchester United's interim manager for 3 months. He's Manchester United's interim manager until the end of the season. Then he did say he's expected to take up a consultancy role for a further 2 years. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you with. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel if you do consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.